Yeah. So stop telling everyone and their mama about your business. 5 things I wish I knew earlier, and I will be talking to you guys about those 5 things, and they were true good lessons that I think everyone should know and implement in their life. So the first lesson that I learned is don't tell people everything about your personal life. I'm talking about people that you don't consider your close friends, or people that you just met, or maybe your colleagues, acquaintances, etc. And let's say you tell them about your personal issues. Maybe you talk to them about what's going on with you and your boyfriend, or your mom issues, dad issues, whatever it is. Stop it. The reason why I say this is because there are a lot of people that will envy you, and there's some jealous people out there, and especially nowadays it is so hard to trust people. And I wish I could ingrain that back when I was in high school, because I just fully had trust in every single person that I talked to. I would tell them about things that were going on in my life over and over again, and it just made my situations and my personal issues so much harder, because I realized that, bad things were happening one after the other. Whenever I had something good happen in my life, I would right away tell it to everybody, because you don't want to keep it in your head too much. So that was really hard for me to think about, and still to this day I think about all those times that I could have avoided saying some certain things, but I learned, and I know that this will help you guys as well in the long run. It's also a lot of things that is bad with oversharing, and I'm talking about just manipulation. People will judge you a lot. There will be so many unwanted opinions about you. Even people just spreading false rumors because they probably heard you the wrong way, and so on, and the gossip just continues and continues because you're relying on these people to probably hold your secret, but in reality you don't know what they're doing behind closed doors. Seriously. Yeah. So stop telling everyone and their mama about your business. Moving on. Okay, so this is the second lesson, which was a hard pill to swallow for me, because I was this person for the longest time, and people will still say that I'm nice, but back then I was way too nice. Way too nice. I had people take advantage of me. Nice people, what they don't see is people taking advantage of them. They don't know how to say the word no, or they just let their boundaries hurt, and they forget about their own emotions because they're putting other people first. And I've seen this a lot at schools and just anywhere in general, and specifically me, because this is aiming really towards me. I've grown a lot to see that being too nice, it just leads to a lot of disrespect from people. People will just, they don't care about your kindness. A lot of people might reciprocate it differently. They might think about it as something that you're weak, and that they will fully ignore your generosity. And it's sad. I remember back in high school, people would just, take my food when I told them no a couple times, and I was just being really nice. I also remember the people, well, actually I only dated 3 people ever in my life, but the one person that I did date, I was way too nice to him, and he was okay with not doing things that I actually didn't like. So again, this probably is relatable to a lot of people. So if you're someone that is struggling with being too nice, start learning assertiveness. I can't say that word. Assertiveness. I'll just spell it out here. And start saying the words no, because I know that's tricky, but saying the word no gives you so much power. When you start telling people how you feel and how you think, people are going to view you differently. They're going to be intimidated. They're going to be astonished. They're going to be like, who is this person? That's something I had to learn, and I love being the person I am. Obviously, kindness is a great thing. I'm not telling people to not be nice, but I will say being extremely nice, forgetting about yourself, your self-worth, your self-respect, that is wrong. Okay, number 3, lesson 3. This is, you guys can think or reciprocate however you want, whether it's best friend, family, etc. This one is specifically about my ex-boyfriend, the guy I was with, and my lesson was I depended too much, which caused so many problems. So depended on him for always doing things for me, you know. Depended on him for almost everything. I was always trying to hang out with him every day. It was just all about him. We didn't give each other space as much. I was always talking about him, and we didn't really see each other. Like, when I had opportunities to see my friends, I kind of bailed on them, which was really bad. But I would go and see him because it was, you know, all about him. And so my hobbies, I didn't really have any as much. I was pretty low self-esteem, etc. And my worth, honestly, I found my worth more about how he thought of me, which is so bad. I know. But the reason why depending on someone is super bad is because you limit yourself completely. You know, all the skills, the growth that you want, you're giving that person control over your life. And nobody has obligations or control over your life. Only you do. So I found a lot of my happiness from him, not myself. You know, I never treated myself. I never gave myself some time to myself. Things ended off. Everything was off. Of course, I'm not going to talk bad about the person because that's not my job. And I'm not going to say anything bad about him, but I will say that I did give him the higher position and everything. And in cases like where it's masculine energy and feminine energy, I think that's great. But this was not masculine or feminine energy, guys. I was more in my masculine energy. I was the one that was providing and doing more of the giving rather than receiving, you know. I was doing most of that stuff. I definitely grew up on that. I learned my lesson. This doesn't just apply to the person as well, it also applies to other people that I depended on, my parents. As I'm growing older and older, I am seeing that I don't have to rely on everybody anymore. I'm my own person. Being independent is not a bad thing. Many people perceive being independent as wrong. I don't. I think when you're independent, you're strong and you can be strong on your own. And when you're in your single era moment, you can withstand from being in a relationship because you know that you're so strong, you're able to wait, you're able to heal, etc. And that's something I didn't think about at that time because I thought, you know, he was my whole life. What am I going to do without him? That was my mindset at that time. And I will say this, choosing a partner should be by choice, not by need. So if you are needy, you got some work to do. Yes. Lesson 4, time is precious. Time is valuable. It is your asset. And I say this because at this time and age, we are always swept with social media, scrolling on TikTok, using platforms where we're just consistently on the phone and we're not living in the moment. You know, moments where we're just chasing after something, and chasing after a goal or whatever it is not bad. But I'm saying if you're just trying to chase after only money, you're forgetting about all the things that you could be. Many of you might not realize this, but even procrastinating, still being in toxic relationships because you know you're in a toxic relationship but you're still in it, that is also wasting time. There's so many ways that people waste their energy onto things that aren't even making you grow. Notice that a lot of drama, gossiping, all of that, what is it gonna serve you in life? I always ask this question, is this gonna serve me good in life? Is this gonna help me in the future? Because if I'm living in the moment and I have all this energy, I'm young, I can do this and that, those things I'm going to remember and I'll be like, yes, I'm glad I did it. But a lot of people, when they grow older, they regret things that they've done in the past, which you can't take that time back. You can earn as many material possessions as you want, but you can't earn that time and energy back, because the older we get, the less energy we have, more commitments, people get into families, people get into marriage, etc. And they have more responsibilities, so they don't have all the things they wish they could do. I'm not saying that, oh my gosh, if you're old, you won't be able to do this and that. No. Of course, age, you can do anything at any age. It doesn't matter what people tell you. But what I am saying is there's things in our life where we forget to live in the moment and we completely waste it. We waste our potential that we might have. So that is why I have learned that lesson of just not involving myself anymore in drama, gossip, procrastination, being lazy, not getting things done, living off of my screen only. That's why I've been less on my phone, and it has been so relieving. It feels great. So, yeah. Okay, kind of a change of scenery for the last lesson, but number 5, the lesson I learned is be comfortable with being alone. And this sounds scary, but I learned that being alone is comforting in many ways. I'm not saying that I'm a loner. I'm not saying that I have no friends, etc. I do have close friends. I have family. I have relatives that support me. But I'm saying that you can't truly find fulfillment or happiness with just being with just hanging out with everybody every single day. I learned that I need to take some time off for myself. I need to have self-care nights. I need to go on solo dates. I need to find myself, and I found myself. There were moments where I thought, okay, if I'm alone, what am I doing? You know, I gotta go and hang out because I'm bored out of my mind, because I can't do things alone. That's not true. That is so not true. And being comfortable is actually much more, it gives you more freedom than if you're hanging out with the wrong crowd, which I did that. I hung out with the wrong crowd and I felt like I was in a trap. My gosh, I need to get out of this. So being comfortable alone is going to give you even more power. You're going to perceive yourself of greater aura. I mean, the energy that you're carrying when you're being alone, doing things alone, because, you know, at the end of the day, a lot of the time, people who want to be successful, people are going to tell them, oh, you can't do it, or they're not going to have full support on you. Even though they might say it, they might mean it, you know, but I don't think the biggest supporter is going to be you. Of course, number 1 is God, but I'm saying a lot of the things that you're doing in life is you. You're the one that has your body. You're the one that is going to contain. You are the ultimate one that can love yourself the most. Nobody can love you as much as you love yourself. And nobody knows you as much as you know about yourself. So don't give people the power to tell you what to do. Don't give people the power to say things like, oh, I know you're not like this. No, you tell them, you don't know me. I know myself more than you know about me. And they know about themselves more than you know about them. So that's again tying in with the whole dependency thing, friendship, etc. You are your ultimate person that can change your lifestyle. You're the one that can go through these lessons and see how much of an impact. At the end of the day, we all make mistakes. We all go through stuff, and I get it. But these are my hot takeaways. They might be offensive, but I was offended too when I heard this. But you know what? I grew from this. I realized Natalia is not like that. And if you guys want, I can make a video going over things that help me change those habits. So, yeah. Stay tuned. I love you guys, and make good choices. Protect your energy. God loves y'all. Bye.